Hello everyone, this is Alex the Blue Man, and welcome back to another review. For today, I'm going to be talking about Toy Story 2. I was only 1 year of age when it first came out. I never owned it myself, unfortunately, but I remember renting it from Blockbuster one time on VHS. It doesn't mean that I hate it, it's just I haven't gone around to getting it from stores. And now that I have reviewed the original Toy Story, what else is here for the toys to explore? Let's figure it out. As with the previous videos, this will contain some spoilers, so don't watch this if you haven't seen the movie yet, though I can assume at least most of you have seen the movie already. With that said, in the movie, after his arm got ripped up, Woody is kidnapped by a greedy toy store owner who collects merch from an old TV show, and it turns out Woody is a rare toy from said TV show, along with other characters he didn't know he'd known, which are Jessie the yodeling cowgirl, Bullseye the trusty steed, and Stinky Pete the prospector. What I love about this movie in contrast to the original is its focus on Woody's origin, what Woody used to be and where he originated from, which is from said TV show. It was really interesting to see Woody's origins. For the other positives, there are some good, perhaps great, callbacks to the first film, like when Buzz mentioned the events of Sid and the truck to the other toys, the moment in the toy store where the screen pulls up to the other Buzz who is still frozen. It's reminiscent to Buzz's first appearance in the original film. And finally, at the apartment building where Buzz says the same words Woody said to him when they were under the big truck. That moment was one of my favorites because it wasn't done for the sake of nostalgia, but because the scenario and the setup called for them. So that was a really good touch. Animation-wise, it was improved since the first film, despite being 4 years later. The human characters look better, and there's more range of area. I will say that technology came a long way since that time. For my favorite moments in terms of comedy, I really liked when Rex was playing a Buzz Lightyear game. He accidentally slipped and the TV turned on, revealing the Al's Toy Barn commercial, freaking him out. It was just hilarious to see. I also like when inside the store there was a reference to Jurassic Park where the toys are driving a car and Rex is trying to catch up. I thought it made sense because for that pop culture reference to happen because Rex is obviously a dinosaur toy. Another movie reference happened in the elevator where other Buzz is fighting Zurg, and there was an obvious reference to Empire Strikes Back. And finally, there is a saddening montage of Jessie's past. The music and the aesthetics alone are what got me to sympathize with her. It makes me say that she is a great addition to the movie. For the characters themselves, it's great to know more of Woody's backstory in terms of origins. I also really like that he cares about the Roundup gang, minus Stinky Pete, even giving Jessie and Bullseye a second chance of being with a kid again. And that was really kind of him, I will say that. Buzz has well adjusted to his toy lifestyle, except when he mispronounces s'mores as schmoes. He gets a taste of his past medicine when he encounters other Buzz, and it was funny to see them interact with each other and the rest of the toys. Buzz as a whole has gotten better, and it is now a really good friend of Woody, which is why the "you are a toy" argument happened, because he really believed in those words. That scenario was a reverse but well-written callback. I will say that again. For the other characters, Mr. Potato Head, Ham, Rex, Bo Peep, and Slinky, I really like how most of them are behind Buzz to bring Woody back home. That is what I call loyalty and friendship, especially with Mr. Potato Head, who is less of a jerk. Maybe it's because he has a wife now. Rex has his own problem, which is trying to find a way to beat the game he played at the beginning. I find it integral to some moments, like other Buzz thinking the apartment building is Zurg's lair. For the new characters, Jessie, Bullseye, and Stinky Pete, we get to sympathize with Jessie herself, especially with hints that she has claustrophobia. Forgotten to point that out. Bullseye is just a horse, that's all I can say, and for Stinky Pete, I keep calling him that because he is like a wolf. Not at first, but then he goes full-on hostile in the third of the film. I would say excuse me. I would say being trapped in a box for years took a toll on him, but it was fitting seeing his defeat in the climax. And now for the human villain Al, he is much less of a villain compared to Sid in the first movie, but he is like Mr. Krabs, greedy and impatient. Even though I love this movie as much as the original, I just feel the original has more memorable moments in comparison. But this is still a worthy successor nonetheless, with improved animation from back then, and good additions to the Toy Story roster. One of these days, I will need to buy a Blu-ray copy of the movie. With that said, I'm going to give Toy Story 2 a 9.5 out of 10. One more thing. Did you all know that in the Toy Box segment of Kingdom Hearts 3 had a callback to this movie? It was at the beginning where the TV was playing a preview for a Final Fantasy-esque parody game. So that was also a good touch for that game. So with all that said, join me next time as I take a look at the next film, Toy Story 3. And I am quite excited to talk about it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment down your thoughts on this movie, and as usual, I hope you all have a great Blurific day.